from you and from your friends because it will be a slip of tongue. Help us to, find it, diba? Yun yung parating sinasabi ko. Yeah, you're here. We can help you. There's no problem with that. There's technology. We have investigators to handle that kind of cases. But the question is, why did you take that video? There's one case. Yeah, you can sit down. Thank you. There's one case. My third day in my office, a woman from Pangasinan. She's married and she worked abroad. Nung nandun siya, meron siya nakilala, seaman. Never in her life na nakita niya yung seaman. But, nagkaroon ng cyber, diba? Doon nagkaroon ng mga exchange siya ng photos, video, cyber sex na, etc. Siyempre, mayroon din sila mga family. Nag-start na yung relationship. Ayun na, kumalat na sa barrio nila. Ang gusto niyang gawin ko, maging superwoman. Maging superwoman, pumunta doon sa barangay nila and i-stop lahat ng merong kopya nun. I cannot do that. See, can you see the picture? If you did not do that, then walang inilalabas. I'm not saying, kasi there are people, very, what do you call that in psychology, ma'am? What do you call that? Exhibitionist ba? Mga taong gano'n? I'm sorry, I might be wrong. Diba? Trust? I mean, those sexual acts must be done. Baka pagalitan ako dito. With your partners, with your, husbands, wives. You just imagine, never in her life have seen this guy. And yet, akala niya, you just imagine two computers talking. Where's the cloud? What is the cloud doing? The cloud is giving you or providing you a medium to communicate with each other. Ang dami kong dinadaanan yan. Right? This is your PC from Kamkrami, doing cyber sex. This is your PC from Saudi Arabia maybe. Ang dinaanan yan, dumaan kay Facebook, Singapore, dumaan kay Skype, ganito. Dumaan pa yung pagdating dito, dadaan pa yung kay NTC, dadaan pa yung kung kanyang subscription kay Globe pa. So there's really, glitches. Diba? Meron kang pagdadaanan. So just be responsible. You can help us. And of course, if you have, if you have known cybercrime, cyber sex, then in your place, please report that to us so that it will be stopped. Help us. This is a 50-50% responsibility from the law enforcement and from the community. 50% involvement from you and 50% involvement from us. I believe masasolve natin yan. It's very hard, but achievable. Correct? So I just hope I was able to answer that question and all of the questions that was raised a while ago. Am I done?
Yeah, like one last question. Sorry. A lot of people are interested. So this is a question from Banday Bata. Our office often receives reports of alleged cyber crimes, but we have difficulty in addressing them as most of the time there are no details, just links. So we refer to them to PNP AngelNet, and so far we always get feedback. Thank you. So it's not a question. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm 2 weeks old. I received 3 letters from Bantay Bata. I called them after a week, last week, because the links is already closed. And we're trying to get in touch with FBI to check that accounts. And if it's already there, we could go to DOJ and file. So there's a process. We should go to DOJ first and file for the retrieval of that account. So it takes some time. That's the reason why I called Bantay Bata 163 tasks because they might be, looking for results of their letters. So, yun po yung nangyari. From Bantay Bata rin. So we have 3 cases. I handled 3 cases for 2 weeks. So thank you very much for inviting me, and I just hope from this crowd, from the students, I'll be able to see 1, 2, 3, more than 5 students wearing my uniform, talking again 10 years from now about cybercrime to you. Thank you, and you guys.
Thank you very much to the Lead Senior Inspector Manlapas for giving us an understanding on how the government actually responds to cybercrime. We can see that the internet is emerging rapidly, and there are a lot of issues that accompany it. And it's a comfort actually to see that our government is able to adapt quickly to all these all the new technology and the crimes that are somehow emerge from these kinds of mediums. And you can see that Nam here is a very busy woman from a minimum of 5 cases a day. So we are very thankful for the time that she has given us today. So from the government, from our personal experience of a private citizen, a blogger, let's now go on to have an idea on how cybercrime, for example, would affect the psyche of people. How are people affected by cybercrime? How is the psychology of people and how are they affected? So for this, we have our next topic would be on the psychological effects of cybercrime. And our next speaker is, of course, a psychologist from the Ateneo de Manila University, Department of Psychology, and AAAI Assessment Psychologist Incorporated. She graduated with a degree in BS Psychology, also from the Ateneo de Manila, and is currently doing her dissertation on the spirituality of mothers. She's involved in counseling therapy, assessment of children, couples, and adolescents, among many others. She is 36 years old, a mother of 2, and a wife to just 1 husband. Judge Jose Lorenzo de la Rosa from RTC Manila, who is also part of a family court and working with families and children. So let's please welcome our next speaker, Dr. Catalina de Jesus de la Rosa.
Are you guys still okay? Still okay? Need to stretch? No. Okay. Before I start, let me answer a question that was brought up a while ago about violence against men. How come there are no talks, no forums like this addressing violence against men? It's really a cultural thing. There's actually a theory by Hofstede. I'm sorry to go geeky and academic on you. It's by Geert Hofstede. It's about the cultural dimensions of personality. There are different dimensions. There's collectivism, individualism. Like for example, the Philippines is largely a collectivist country. We decide based on our families, based on our extended families. But with the influence of the West, we're also fastly becoming a bit more individualistic. We like to stand out in a crowd, but still, when we make decisions, it's based on family and extended family. And there's also the dimension of power distance. Women are perceived as having less power. So that's why there are more forums about women and children and their concerns, because we are perceived to have less power. Although we know this isn't true, right? Women are strong. We can be. We are great people. We are a great gender. No offense to the men, but I really think women are the stronger and fairer sex. All right. And then with regard to the other questions that I heard a while ago, I will address them as I go along about our blogger, who's not as famous as Miss Noemi here, about him being scared to post and getting all these negative comments. I will address that. And also, new superintendent, Miss Joanna's concern about bakit kasi may video, diba? There's an answer to that. Okay, so we'll move on. Okay, so you know what to expect. Let me tell you that I'll be doing in the next 30 or so minutes. Okay, so I will talk about the cybercrimes that affect children and women. I use the cybercrime law as a basis. And while all may be committed against women and children, I will focus on just two. And then I will show you the developmental dimension model of victimization. This is just a way of understanding how being a victim affects us psychologically and the things we need to consider. And for those who have taken up genocide, I know this is familiar, Erickson's psychosocial stages. This will help us understand, this is in connection with the previous one, this will help us understand how victims understand the victimization, how they cope, and also how we can intervene. And for those who are not victims, how we can prevent our children and our women from being victimized also. And of course, interventions. Although I will mention interventions, possible interventions already in Erickson's psychosocial stages, I will wrap it up in the last one. Okay, so cybercrime that affect children and women. So of course, there's child pornography. Child pornography, as mentioned a while ago, there is already an enacting law. And in there, posting on the internet also is already criminalized. But you know what's scarier? I have two children. One is 4, about to be 5, and I have a 3-year-old. Child pornography really existed even before the internet. Sad. But now, what's scarier is that the pornography is brought to our homes, brought to the iPads. Kids, they just click. Especially now, touch. Sometimes they get spam emails, and then they click, and then they can't get out of the site. Can you imagine a 6-year-old seeing things that even us as adults will be shocked to see? What a nightmare. Sometimes it keeps me up at night. But there, so that's child pornography. And, okay, and then cybersex. Cybersex, as mentioned a while ago. And sadly, cybersex even graduates into human trafficking. As mentioned by the one who introduced me, Kathleen, my husband is a judge in a family court. He goes to forums just like this one, and he did mention to me how there was this one case, and it happens often. This isn't even an isolated case. It happens often that Filipinas will meet someone online, have few exchanges, sexual or otherwise, eventually get married, but sometimes it takes a wrong turn. Sometimes it doesn't end happily ever after. Like this one case of a woman who married a foreigner, brought abroad, but she would always be asked to pose naked, and her husband would post them on the internet. And he'll have parties in his house, introduce his new wife. Oh, this is my new Filipino wife. Oh, by the way, you can all have sex with her. Okay, so she was always drugged up. I think, and then they brought her, and then the husband, to the Philippines with a Filipino wife. People in the airport who are, I think, are trained to see who looks suspicious. And this woman looked very drugged up. So they stopped the couple, separated them. And we're asking the woman questions. Where are you going? Where are you from? And she couldn't answer. She couldn't even focus because, of course, she's drugged up. So they separated them, and you could see the man, the husband, making motions to the girl, apparently, you're gonna get it from me. So it turns out that's what happened, and then they investigated. The woman only, it was only the husband who had a trip back home to where he was, from. He was just going to leave the wife back here. And then so they confiscated his computer, filed charges against him. He kept saying, no, but I love my wife. Funny way of showing it, right? So, but that's the thing. Cyber sex, it can lead to human trafficking. Okay. So there's child pornography, cyber sex, exposure, exploitation. Like I said, not a problem. Show you everything. Okay. How do we see victimization? We all develop in a certain way, you know? No one was born looking like you guys. Well, we all start as babies, and then we grow up. It's development. Okay. And all of us have different aspects to us. We have physical, emotional, cognitive, social, and yes, even spiritual. So when a person gets victimized, everything gets affected because we are a whole. You know, sometimes when people get victimized, they feel physical symptoms, right? They feel sick to their stomach, or like students here, right? I mean, if you have a test, hindi lang naman masakit ang ulo niya sa kaka-aral, di ba? Sumasakit yung tiyan, parang nasasagot ko ba? Di ba? And then there's the emotional aspect, you feel crying, you feel like shouting, and of course, there's spiritual. Dear God, help me in my test. You know, we all have that. There are different dimensions to all of us. So same thing with victimization. Victimization affects our entire being. So in the same way, we have to deal with it using our entire being. Okay? So it affects the way we appraise the victimization and its implications on our lives. So a child will appraise, will understand victimization differently from a woman, differently from a teenager. Iba-iba. Siyempre, diba, ang bata, iba ang tingin pag in-abuse siya, iba rin ang tingin ng mas matanda. Tapos yung implications, yung how will it affect your life? A child whose life revolves around their family as compared to an older person who has a wider scope of social friends. Or iba yung pakiramdam. Like for example, yung I'm a liar, ayaw nila siyang lumabas. Diba? Because she has a wider range na yan eh. She has more friends, more people will see her, she goes to different settings, she has a school, her parents have work friends, meron kang friends sa community. Matatago ka na talaga. Iba yung pag-appraise mo ng implications at kado, wala na akong mukhang ihaharap. Then task application. I will discuss that later with Eric Chan because Eric Chan says that in each stage of our life, we try to finish a task in order to develop ourselves. Coping strategies. So same thing, no? A younger child will have less coping strategies as compared to older people. Older people, kaya na mag-rationalize, kaya na mag-deny, mga bata iiyak, with physical symptoms, and sometimes they don't even understand ano bang nangyayari, parang why do I feel like this. That's why parents, extended family members they should really get into it and support children. They need more from us. And environmental buffers. So, environmental buffers means, sometimes victimization, this happens. But environmental buffers, those are our pluses. Yung kahit na mangyari ito sa atin, we have a buffer. Something will help us. Like, let's say Miss Noemi, I guess, she's very lucky, even if she's harassed. She has a supportive husband, she has a supportive network of blood friends also who experience the same thing. That's an environmental buffer. Okay? Okay. So let's go a bit more academic, but I'll try to make it more friendly to you guys, okay? So let's add some psychosocial stages of development. So as I told you, right, you have different dimensions as a person, all the way to spiritual. Why will I focus on just psychosocial? That's the beauty of Erickson. You may call it psychosocial, but he does get into a lot of other dimensions of the person. This is not from me. This is from Erickson. So it's just about, everything has a time of development. He believes in the epigenetic principle that we go from one stage to the next, and one stage helps us develop the next one. And I think this is the proper time to answer the question of the previous speaker. Bakit nga kasi nag-video? Diba? Bakit ka kasi nag-video? Bakit ka nagpa-picture at pinadala mo sa boyfriend mo yung you have no clothes on? Bakit ba kasi? Erickson talks about, I'm sure you all are familiar with Freud, no? Freud talks about the ego, the id, and the superego. In cartoons, yung vision Freud na ego, id, and superego. That's like yung in cartoons, there's a person, and then there's a devil, and then the angel, diba? Yung boom mo na yun. No. That's the image, of Freud. But for Erickson, the ego develops all throughout life. It's a positive force that creates ourselves, makes us stronger people, and it's the one that helps put together all our past experiences, helps us process them in a good way. We get to adapt to new experiences and changes around us in the environment. So that's the difference, kaya nag-video, maybe the sense of self was not as strong. Yung nadadala, ganyan. So, we'll go through the different stages, okay? I'm sorry, can you see that all the way to the back? So the first stage is infancy. That's the first stage of life. Well, hopefully, wala namang pornography nangyayari sa first year of life. Hopefully, but why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing the first year of life because as Erickson believes, we develop one on top of the other. We need to make sure the lower stages are well developed in order to make us stronger. Parang bahay lang yan, di ba? The foundation, the foundation has to be strong so that the upper levels will be strong as well. So the whole house will be strong. Yes, pwede kang mag-build ng bahay sa shaky foundation. Tatayo pa rin naman yung bahay. Diba? The house will still go up. It's just that mag-earthquake, bagsak. Diba? So we have to develop that strong foundation. So Erickson believes here. So Erickson believes in every stage there's a harmonious and a disruptive force that come together. Yung parang meron kang crisis in each stage. So yes, ang mga babies, may crisis na. We don't see them thinking about it, but it just happens, you know. So if you have mga little sisters or little brothers at home, ako, baka naman may crisis ka na pala. Okay? So, ang crisis nila at this age is trust versus mistrust. How does this happen? No? Ang goal naman natin in crisis, it's not that the baby will never mistrust. Malhabig trust na trust. It has to be a balance. You know, they have to experience both trust and mistrust. Ang difference is that trust has to win in the end. How does this happen with babies? You know, they cry because they're hungry, their diapers are full, they want to be carried. Or some babies just really like to cry at certain periods, at certain hours of the day. Like my older girl, there's a time na pagdating ng 3 o'clock ng hapon, iiyak lang siya, wala lang, parang alarm clock. So, you know, so what happens, so babies, they go through that crisis, trust versus mistrust. If it's too much, if ang mag-develop, it's too much trust, it's just all trust, walang mistrust. As they get older, mahihirapan naman sila to judge situations. So this is a good way to start with our children, you know, make them learn, because at the end of this battle between trust and mistrust, is the ego strength. You know what I'm saying? The ego strength, no? Yung we build their ego, the ego strength of hope. Yung, when they go through the stage successfully, yung makakaramdam na sila parang nakakaduda yata itong taong to. They have that feeling. Kasi pag trust naman, hindi sila nakaranas ever ng mistrust, they'll be a bit more gullible. May kilala ba kayong gano'n? Yung kaya mong bentahan ng Pasig River? Maybe that's too much trust. They never learn to distrust. Hope. So this will be useful also, you know, for children to learn this, para to help them avoid situations that seem problematic. Diba? Yung hindi sila mag-video, hindi nila pagkakatiwalaan yung boyfriend na hindi fair love kung nakapita eh. Diba? Tapos, you're so sexy kasi eh. Parang nagsiservice. Diba? Ano na sila. And hope, the ego strength of hope, helps us know that in the end, good will triumph over evil. You know, just like in the fairy tales, nangyayari, diba? The witch will die, and good will triumph over evil. So, if they have been victimized, they know at the end of the tunnel is a light. They don't need to, withdraw. They can move on. So next stage is early childhood. Oh, by the way, the ages here, these are just approximates, ha? So if I reach the stage na where you're into, nandiyan na ba ako? Parang wala pa, I'm not abnormal. No, that's the thing with development. It's all relative. These are just approximate ages. So, well, I don't think naman anyone's in early childhood. Wala naman siguro ganun pa-delayed, no? But that's what I'm saying now, okay? Development is very relative. So early childhood, it's 2 to 3 years. Sadly though, there are already children who are being victimized na at this stage. Cyber and real. I have seen some children who have been victimized by close members of family at this age. And I'm sure, you know, there have been some child pictures of children at this age already that have been going around the internet. That's very sad, you know. Another thing I failed to mention about the crime of child pornography. Another thing that's happening online that's making pedophiles feel stronger is that it's very anonymous. Diba? So, same thing, diba? Pag mag-post naman kayo, since it's online, it's not face-to-face, you're braver. Diba? So, same thing with pedophiles. They're braver.